Hello guys, in this video now we'll learn about graph coloring in the discrete mathematics. I have already prepared some videos for the basic concept of a graph theory, degree of a graph and matrix representation of a graph. If you have to learn the graph theory in detail, then you can watch these videos. All these videos are available on my YouTube channel. I am Professor H.D. Padia from SHGMC Shegao. Now today we'll learn about the graph coloring. In graph theory, the graph coloring is a special case of graph labeling. We know the meaning of the labeling. The labeling means we define the name or the ID to the anything, then we called the label. Now here we are defining the labeling in sense of the colors to the different parameters of the graph, just like the coloring to the vertices, coloring to the edges or coloring to the regions of a graph. Now it is an assignment of labels traditionally called the colors to elements of a graph subject to the certain constraints. There are the three parameters of the graph: the vertices, edges and the regions. If we color to the vertices, that's we call the vertex coloring. If we color to the edges, then we call the edge coloring, and if we colors to the regions of the graph, then we call the face coloring. Now what are the rules for the coloring? That we'll see. In its simplest form, it is the way of coloring the vertices of a graph such that no two adjacent vertices are of the same color. Should be of the same color. Similarly, an edge coloring assigns a color to each edge so that no two adjacent edges are of the same color. Means all the adjacent edges should be of the different colors. The third, a face coloring of a planar graph assigns a color to each face or region so that no two faces that share a boundary have the same color. Means the planes or the regions of a graph which are sharing the boundary, that is which are sharing the edge, should not be of the same color. Now we'll see the first type of the coloring, that is a vertex coloring. The vertex coloring is an assignment of colors to the vertices of a graph G such that no two adjacent vertices have the same color. Simply put, no two vertices of an edge should be of the same color. Means the vertices which are connected by an edge should not be of the same color. Now the minimum number of colors required for the vertex coloring, that's we call a chromatic number. Let's check. The minimum number of colors required for the vertex coloring of a graph G is called as the chromatic number of graph G, and it is denoted as the X of G. If we have the null graph, then in a null graph there may be the number of vertices but which are not connected with each other. Therefore we can if the G is a null graph, and if it is not a null graph, means definitely there is a minimum one edge. Therefore if G is not a null graph, then the X of G should be greater than or equals to 2, because if any two nodes are connected with a single edge, then we have to define the minimum two colors to these nodes. Let's have the example. Suppose we have a null graph with the four vertices A, B, C, D. Now in this null graph, all the A, B, C, D vertices are not adjacent vertices. Therefore we have defined a same red color to all these four vertices. Therefore X of G is equals to 1. The second is an example with 4 vertices A, B, C, D and the 4 edges A, B. The second is B, C, C, D and the D, A. Now here, if we start from the first node A, then we define the first color red. Now the A is connected with the node B and the node D. Therefore, we cannot define a same red color to the node B and node D. Therefore, we have defined the node B green color and to the node D green color, because the node B and node D are not adjacent. They may have the same color. Now for the remaining node C, now this node C is adjacent to the D and it is adjacent to the B. Therefore the C, it may not be of the green color, but it may be of the red color. In this graph, any two adjacent nodes are not having the same color. Therefore, the chromatic number for this example is 2, that is red and green. Let's have the third example, a graph with the 5 vertices A, B, C, D, E. Now here, if we start from the node A, then node A, it is adjacent to the node B, node D and node E. Now we have defined the green to the node B. Now for the node D, the B and D are not adjacent. Therefore we can define the same green color to the node D also. But for the node E, the node E is adjacent to the A, which is red, and node E, it is also adjacent to the node D. Therefore we cannot define the red as well as green to the node D. Therefore now we have used the third color for the node E. Now for the node C, the node C is adjacent to the node B and node D. Both are green. Therefore this C may have the any color but other than the green. Therefore we have defined it with the first color of the graph, that is a red color, because A and C are not adjacent. Here we have used the 3 colors, therefore the chromatic number for this example is 3. Now we'll discuss about the second type of the graph, that is edge coloring. An edge coloring of a graph is a proper coloring of the edges, meaning an assignment of colors to edges so that no vertex is incident to the two edges of the same color. Any edge which is connected to the same vertices, and edge coloring with the K colors is called a K edge coloring and is equivalent to the problem of partitioning the edges set into the K matching. Now the minimum number of colors required for the edge coloring is called a edge chromatic index. It is not called a chromatic number, it is called a chromatic index. The minimum number of colors required for edge coloring of a graph G is called as the edge chromatic index of a graph G, and it is denoted by x dash of G. If we have a null graph, then there will the zero edge. Therefore the x dash of G, that is chromatic number, is equals to 0 if and only if the graph G is a null graph. And if it is not a null graph, then there may be the minimum 1 edge, there may be the 2 edges, 3 edges, 4 edges. Therefore if graph G is not a null graph, then the x dash of G should be greater than or equals to 1. Let's have the example. If we have a graph with the 4 vertices A, B, C, D and without edge, that is called a null graph. There is no any edge, therefore its chromatic index, it is equals to 0. The second is the example. Here we have the 4 vertices A, B, C, D and the 4 edges. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. Now about the node A, and we have defined it a green color. Then A to B, it is connected to the A and it is connected to the B. Now the second edge which is connected to the node A, it must not be of the green color. Therefore we have defined it as a blue. And the second edge which is connected to the node B, again it must not be of the green color. Therefore the B to C and the A to D, these two are the green, these two are the blue. Now the last edge, that is the D to C. The D, it has already the one edge with a blue, and C, it also has the one edge with a blue. Therefore this D to C, it must be other than blue. Hence we have defined it with a green color. Here we have performed the edge coloring with two colors, the green and blue. Therefore the chromatic index is 2. Now the next is an example, a graph with the 5 vertices A, B, C, D, E. Now if we start from the node A, the node A is connected to the node B with the edge AB. We have defined it with the green color. The second node A to D, it must be other than the green color. Therefore we have defined it with the blue. And A to E, it must be other than the green and blue. Therefore now we use the third color, that is orange. Now about the second node B, this node B has already one edge A to B with the green color. Therefore for the B to C we use the second blue color. Now for the node C has a one blue edge. Therefore the second edge must be with other than the blue. Therefore it is a green. Now for the node D, the node D have already two edges. One is the A to D with a blue color and D to C with a green color. Therefore for the A to E we cannot use the green and blue. It must be other than the green and blue. But can we use it as an orange? Then no, because node E, it has already the one edge with the orange. Therefore this A to E must be other than blue, green and orange. Now here we have used a fourth color, that is brown, to define the edge E to D. Therefore the chromatic index for this example is equals to 4. Now we'll discuss about the third type of a graph coloring, that is a phase or a region coloring. A region coloring is an assignment of the colors to the regions of a planar graph such that no two adjacent regions have the same color. But which regions we can consider the adjacent regions? Then the two regions are said to be adjacent if they have a common edge. If the two regions are having the common edge, then only we consider these two as an adjacent. If they are having a common vertex, then we cannot consider it as an adjacent. The chromatic number of the phase coloring, it is called as a phase chromatic number, and it is defined by the X double dash of G. The minimum number of colors required for the coloring of a region of a planar graph G is called as the phase chromatic number of a G, and it is denoted by the X double dash of G. If we have any null graph or not closed curve graph, then the chromatic number, it is equals to the 0, because there is no any plane. The X double dash of G is equals to 0 if graph G is a null graph or not a closed curve. But if the graph G is not null graph and it is a closed curve graph, then the chromatic number should be greater than or equals to 1. Let's have the example. The first is an example for a null graph, a graph with 4 vertices A, B, C, D and without edge. Now here we cannot find out the any region. Therefore, the chromatic number is 0. The second is an example of a not null graph with the 3 vertices A, B, C, D, but there is no any plane, any region, any face or any plane. Therefore, we cannot color. Therefore, again its chromatic number is equals to 0. Let's have the third example. It is a graph with the 6 vertices A, B, C, D, E and F. Now here we can find out the 4 regions. The first is a triangle A to B, B to D and D to A. The second is a square B to C, C to E, E to D and D to B. The third is again a triangle A to D, D to F and F to A. And the fourth is the D to E, E to F and F to D. Now here, if we have started from this first triangle, that is A to B, B to D and D to A, and we have colored it with a red color, then to this red, that is A to B, B to D and D to A, this square and this triangle, these two are the adjacent, because these two are sharing the B to D, this edge, and these two are sharing the edge A to D. Therefore, the triangle A to D, D to F and F to A, and the square B to C, C to D, D to E and E to B cannot have the red color. Therefore, we have defined these two with the different color, that is a green. And these two are not the adjacent. They are sharing a vertex D, but they are not sharing any edge. Therefore, these two are not adjacent, may have the same color. Therefore, we have defined these two with a green. And it is adjacent to this green square, but it is not adjacent to the first triangle, that is A to B, B to D and D to A, because these two are sharing only a vertex D. Therefore, it may have the same color of the first, that is red. It may not have the green. Therefore, we have defined this fourth plane with the first color, that is red. Therefore, the face chromatic number for this example is equals to 2. It is possible to color this graph with the two colors, that is red and green. These are the three types of the graph coloring. If we color to the vertices, then it is called a vertex coloring. If we color to the edges, then it is called edge coloring. And if we color to the regions, then it is called a face or region coloring. In graph coloring, vertex chromatic number is defined by x of g. The edge chromatic index is defined by x. X is defined by the x dash of g, and the face chromatic number is defined by the x double dash of g. Now, we'll see the applications of the graph coloring. The graph coloring is generally used to differentiate the vertices, to differentiate the edges, and to differentiate the regions of the graph. There are the lots of applications in the computer science. The graph coloring is one of the most important concepts in the graph theory. It is used in many real-time applications of the computer science, such as it is used in the clustering, where we have to differentiate the things. It is used in the data mining. It is used in the image capturing, image segmentation. It is used in a networking, where we can define the different cables with the different colors, the resource allocation, and it is also used in the process scheduling. These are the some major areas of the computer science where the graph coloring is useful. We have covered everything about the graph coloring in the graph theory. If you like this video, then I request you to like it on the YouTube and subscribe the channel. Thank you.